Alright, so today I'm going to compare and contrast open loop and closed loop control systems and explain how they differ in motor control. So I'm going to start off with open loop control system, and open loop control system does not use any feedback once the movement begins. So this essentially means the movement is fully pre-programmed before it starts, and once initiated, it runs to completion without adjustment. So open loop control system is most commonly used in fast and ballistic movements where there isn't enough time to fully process sensory feedback. So, for example, in a gymnastics vault, once the gymnast pretty much pushes off the table and becomes airborne, they cannot significantly change their body position. And similarly, when throwing a dart or swinging a golf club, the movement happens too quickly to make corrections during the action. So the nervous system sends the full motor command in advance. On the other hand, a closed loop control system does use feedback. It does use feedback. The control center issues information sufficient to initiate movement, but the feedback is required to regulate and adjust and terminate the action. These movements are typically slower and continuous, so allowing time for sensory information like visual, like your peripheral, prospective, or tactile feedback to influence performance. So an example of this one, it can be when dribbling a soccer ball, a player is consistently monitoring the ball's position, and adjust the foot placement and force accordingly to keep the ball, in the air without it falling. So if the ball moves far away, the player will move to correct it. Walking on a balance beam is another example, like from gymnastics, where the performer is continuously making small adjustments to maintain the stability. So when comparing these two systems, the key difference is the role feedback. Open loop control does not rely on feedback during movement, while closed loop control systems depend on ongoing feedback to make corrections. However, they are not completely separate in real life situations. Many motor skills use both systems. For example, a basketball free throw may begin with an open loop during the shooting motion, but a closed loop process are used during the preparation and setup. So overall, open loop is a pre-planned and feedback independent during execution, while closed loop is a feedback dependent on continuously regulated. And both systems are essential for understanding how the nervous system produces coordinated movements.